Okay, this is part 2. I have my turkey neck bone, and I put a little bit of salt, water in there, and that's going to be cooking. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how to do these greens, which I've done many times in the past. But I thought, and I have my shank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep. I'm going to show you how to prep these greens. So, the good old-fashioned way. I don't know where you're from, but how we did our greens, we removed the stems. So basically, this is how I removed the stems. And yeah, just layer the greens as we remove the stems. This is all going to be washed and soaked. I haven't washed or soaked these yet. And actually, they're soaked because if the greens are bitter, depending on where you get your greens, these greens do not need to be soaked. I get these at the Sacramento Co-op. They have the best greens, or Raley's. And I don't soak these greens simply because they're delicious. And I'm very particular on where I get my greens. And back in my day, we soaked the greens because the greens were very, very bitter. But not these, and not the way I prep them. So basically what we do is, if you want to add some chard, I am going to add some cabbage to this. Let me see, where's my cabbage? So you can see that I'm adding cabbage. Well, I don't have my cabbage, but I'm going to show it to you. Oh, there it is. Here I had cabbage. And I may add some spinach to it as well. So, these are going to be mixed greens. This is how I like making my greens. And we'll be adding jalapenos to that. And then you just kind of want to layer the greens like that. Yeah, I'm pretty meticulous. The reason why I'm layering, because I'm going to chiffonade them. Okay. Yeah, and just layer whatever. And I am going to add kale to this recipe. I think I've done a recipe with the kale involved. Yeah. I started doing these videos when I was in my other apartment, and I did them for fun. And then once a year I did a fundraiser for a hospital and took some donations, but they're no longer doing it. Things changed because of the COVID and the change in the administration. So, and it was a fun thing to do because, you know, people came, I invited people, it was fun, and so they no longer do it. So, and like I said, COVID has changed a lot of things. Now a lot of people are doing pop-ups, and they're doing, what are they doing? They're doing private parties, which is what I did for years. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. So, but I don't know if I'm going to get back into trucking because I don't like being mistreated in any way, fashion, or form. In the trucking industry, it's just hard. It's just really super hard. And unfortunately, I'm too soft-hearted these days. Yeah, I started off and I was doing really well in the trucking, and then when I got sick, I saw how I was being treated, and you know, because you're just a number to these companies, these especially larger companies, unless you have your own truck, which I can't afford to have my own truck. nor do I want to, because there's a lot of insurance policy involved, and the company's always looking for someone that they don't think is going to get sued, because there's people in there that go into these companies and then right away they want to sue them. And that's sad, because it makes a lot of disloyalty and distrust. So if you're going to work for a company, they're going to test you. They're going to push you to the limits, and you're going to get mad and you're going to get pissed. Know that it's just a test, because that's what they like doing. And some relationships are like that, which is stupid. You shouldn't test your relationships. But then I guess that's with the companies. So, anyways, enough of that. But so you see how I'm removing the stems. The reason why I'm removing the stems, because number one, they're hard, and the way I cook these greens. Now, some people, they leave the stems on. That's fine if you want to leave the stems on. It just looks, it's more delicious, and it's more appealing to the eye, and there's a lot of nutrients in the stems. Trust me, if you have a compost, then put your stems in the compost. Okay, and then we're going to put that in there. Yeah. Anyways, and this is how we do that. Okay. So I'll show you in the next video how we're going to chiffonite. I got a ways to go, and I don't want you to sit up here and watch this all day. So I'm going to finish this up. I'll show you on the next video how I'm going to chiffonite them and put them in a pot. Let them sit overnight so that when the next day comes, you could just put them on and do a slow cook. And that's how I have my slow cooker ready here. So yeah. And that'll fill it up. That'll fill it up. By the time it finished cooking, it'll probably be 3/4 or a half. I don't know. Maybe 3/4. All right. Talk to you soon.